Hello everyone, this is Oshani here. This video is for parents of students who are really young, like first graders to fifth graders maybe. There is a story behind the Math Olympiad program that we run at this particular level. There was a commission created by a very famous mathematician called Cedric Villani from France. They tried to understand how we can teach mathematics to kids who are really young. How can we do it right? And they carried out an investigation, a detailed investigation, and they found a 21 point strategy that can be used. You can see the link in the description at chinta.com. We tried to translate a part of Cedric Villani's work. When I first read Villani's report, I was sort of pleasantly surprised because we were doing certain things which are very similar to it in our Thousand Flowers program, which is Math Olympiad Level 1, Math Olympiad Level 2. These are usually catered toward mathematics kangaroos as contests, but they are more guided toward strong foundations in mathematics with a lot of imagination, creativity, and pattern recognition, problem solving, and so on, to bring the student out of the rote learning path and push them toward being a creative problem solver. In this video, I want to show you one such leaf out of our storybook of Math Olympiad program at that level. And it will sort of give you a tool to help your kids if they are at that standard, or maybe if you have a brother or a sister or a friend who is at that level. It puts that child in a certain pathway that leads to beautiful mathematics in the and love for mathematics in the future. So without further ado, let me talk about the problem that I wanted to discuss with you today. It's a sample problem, but it will tell you a strategy that you can use with kids of this age. So we start with a square piece of paper like this, and we start folding it. Now, I have told this over and over again that doing mathematics hands-on is very important at this age group. And of course, you have to also let the imagination flow. So here are the two tips for parents and teachers and students. Hands-on mathematics and let the imagination flow. And of course, we also use softwares, so you can think about you doing that as well. So we start folding it in a certain way. We fold it in half such that we get an isosceles triangle. So we sort of fold it like this. So this is step 0 when it has not been folded at all. And this is the crease that forms when you fold it once. So after the first fold, the picture looks like this, right? So you have a isosceles triangle like this. So you're just looking at this particular part, okay? The next thing is step 2. You want to make another fold, still making sure that it's an isosceles triangle. So basically, this time the crease will be here. You are splitting it into half, so the crease will be here. So it will be like the red piece of line. So it will be somewhat like this in the step 2. Now we have two more steps, step 3 and step 4. So I will go up to step 3 actually. Let's do that. Step 3. So you make another fold, making sure the output is isosceles triangle, and you do that by folding it about this line. So you make a crease like this and you fold it about this line. So you get, in the step 3, you again get something like this. Okay, so the question is, what would happen after step 4? When you do it another time, you again fold it about this line, and then you open the entire paper up. You want to know how the crease, all the creases will together look like, what kind of pattern they would create. Pattern recognition is a very important part of mathematics. And when they're little kids, when the children are very little, if we can slowly and silently inculcate that feeling that, okay, there are so many beautiful patterns out there, can you make some sense in this sort of chaotic world? Can you imagine something? That would go a long way when they grow up. So starting their journey into mathematics needs to be right. So how do we find out what sort of crease will happen when you open up the paper after the 4th fold? We will do it for the 3rd fold. Now, of course, they can use a piece of paper and do it and see what pattern they get. But then after that first step is done, usually in our Math Olympiad programs, we say, okay, let's see if we can do this systematically without actually using a paper, just using our mind, imagination, because everything is happening here, right? So how do we go about doing that? Okay, so we call it reversing the process, reverse folding. And you will see it's almost magical. What you do is, okay, this is the fold that makes this particular step 3 picture. Now what I'll do is I'll make this fold in the step 1. Okay, so how do I do that? See, this is the vertex in some sense. This vertex is here. So I'll just mark it with red, or red maybe, yeah, let's do that in red. The vertex. So this was folded like this, and hence this is created. This is the same thing as it is here. So I see that if I have a crease like this, there will be a crease here when I open it up. And since this little part was falling on this one, hence this crease will also be like here. So let's draw that. We will trace it back one more step, but before we do, we have to trace back this red crease into this step 0 picture. How do we do that? Well, the red crease was here because this little triangle was this triangle. So I can draw that crease, and now I can see that, okay, this was like, if I unfold it, these two pieces are actually falling on each other. So I can now extend this red line and complete the red crease on the actual square. Okay, now we have to worry about the blue crease. You can easily see what I'm trying to do here. These two blue lines were already here. When you unfold it, they will extend like this. So after you do this systematically, you sort of reverse the folding process every time. You can ask your child, okay, what happens in the step 4, and can you repeat this unfolding, reverse folding process up to the step 1 or step 0 in this case. So let me just in summary, hands-on mathematics, use models, use papers, use softwares like GeoGebra, like Algodo, or other type of softwares that we use in our programs. So hands-on approach to mathematics, pattern recognition. So it's very important that the kids learn how to understand, see, and appreciate patterns. And then systematize. I mean, this part has to be done very carefully because we don't want to be too, formal or anything so that they get bored or they get scared. Love for mathematics should be the driving force. That's the key idea. Okay, so I will bring in more videos from our kids level math olympiad program. We are trying to do something really special. We have a very beautiful type of curriculum that is drawn from the work that Cedric Villani did and our own experiences over the years, and also the work that Robindranath did in Shikha Shatro in Bolpur about 100 years ago. It's striking that his driving philosophy in education is so relevant even today. So we try to use all those ideas together, and let's see if we can do something nice for our children so that the next generation gets some beautiful mathematicians. Stay happy and safe. I'll come back with more ideas and videos soon. You can put a comment in the description if you want me to talk about something specific, then I can address that. Take care. Bye.